Hello and welcome everyone to the Evil channel. Today we're going to be looking at One Piece chapter 1087 spoilers, more specifically the long summary. Thanks to people like Read On and all these leakers around the OP community, we have a lot of details to go into today. Make sure to hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell to never miss some of the best spoilers and theories and whatnot in the OP community. But to jump straight into it, this chapter is called Battleship Bag. The reader request is in the cover. Ace is using his fire to heat water for a capybara bath. Now I find this to be pretty adorable, pretty cute. A lot of the times I really enjoy the One Piece cover stories, in the manga. I find it to be a very fun thing, and it includes the reader requests. I think capybaras are adorable. Most One Piece fans like Ace. He's a pretty cool character, so this cover is pretty cool. Now for the first point, the chapter starts at Marine Base G1. Brand New is showing Django and Full Body the ruins of two huge battleships. Brand New explains that they are battleship bags, like sandbags but actual ships, and Garp uses them to practice his punch. Brand New. And there are two ships because one of them was used by Aokiji. Garp and Aokiji have a special rule. They never use haki or special abilities when they're punching these ships. Now this is really fulfilling. I really enjoy this. It shows how monstrous both not only Aokiji is, but Garp himself, Garp the Fist. These guys are using actual battleships, actual warships to practice punches, and they're not even using haki. Like watch when they actually show, training with haki. It's gonna be through the roof, really insane. But yeah, this is some much needed stuff to see, hype up for Garp and Aokiji, I really enjoy this. Cut to Hachinosu, the pirate island. Garp is still fighting the Blackbeard pirates. Garp has thrown San Juan Wolf into the sea. We can't see how Garp did it. We only see that San Juan Wolf is already in the sea. Blackbeard's men try to help Wolf up since he will die from drowning. Now again, this is to hype up Garp. This is to show his monstrous strength. He's throwing around San Juan Wolf, which is pretty badass. I mean, for a lot of people it's expected. Garp went toe to toe with the Pirate King Goldie Roger. So for him to, throw San Juan Wolf around, it makes sense, but it's still at the same time cool to see. This guy's huge, he's gigantic. And it seems like Garp is gonna be soloing the Blackbeard pirates. Is that what we're doing now? Garp is that guy, bro. He is him. Vasco Shot spits fire at Garp using an attack called Heavy Drinker Furnace Flame. Garp blocks the attack using Blackbeard pirates' beaten bodies as a shield, and then he throws the burning bodies around burning the town. Garp calls this technique Pirate Fireballs. Now again, this is Oda hyping up Garp, and I love to see it. This is actually pretty cool. Like, not only is it funny and cool, but it's also mixed with like this badass factor. Using pirates as shields, especially as meat shields, like that definitely rings true to Garp. This is a real Marine, the hero of the Marines, a real Navy officer. So for him to, in a way disrespect the Blackbeard pirates or pirates in general, it makes a lot of sense to me. And I hope to see some more badass stuff from Garp before he dies. We can see the ship that's carrying the sword members and prisoners is already off the coast. Only Garp, Kobe, and Groose are fighting the entire island by themselves. Groose asks some things to Garp, but it seems that Garp doesn't hear it. Groose, Garp-san, am I the future of the Marines too? Now again, guys, very alarming. As you guys know, I have videos, several videos about Garp dying on Hachinosu Island, Garp dying this arc. We are flooded with clues throughout Marineford that proves Garp's not afraid to die. And he's stepping on this island, the home of the Blackbeard pirates. This is almost reminiscent of God Valley. It's almost reminiscent of, that whole situation against Roxy Zebek. So now seeing how there's a ship that was there with all these members and like they're kind of dipping away, they're going off the coast, they're leaving Hachinosu Island, they're essentially trapping Garp on that island. Like they could have stayed off the coast, maybe they could circle around the island, but it seems like they're actually leaving, which again is kind of implying that Garp is going to have a fateful ending. It's going to be fatal. Like it seems to me he's going to die on that island, and Oda's throwing those hints out there. Like he's going to be the only one there. Maybe Groose and Hibari and whatnot can find a way to escape, but seeing that Garp is the hero of the Marines, and he said at the beginning of this incident that Kobe is the future of the Marines, it seems like Oda's preparing us for the inevitable. And not only that, Groose is essentially asking, hey, am I the future of the Marines? Bro, get out of here. You are not the future of the Marines. Kobe's the future of the Marines. He has the narrative behind him. He has that badass factor behind him now. He has that Garp cosign. He was trained by Garp. It is Kobe that's the future of the Marines. It's not Prince Groose. It's not Smoker. It's not Helmeppo. It's Kobe. Kuzan gets back up after Garp's blue hole, the attack from chapter 1081. Garp tells Kobe and Groose to run while he stops the entire pirate army by himself. Kobe sees a woman that's being attacked by a pirate, and while he tries to help her, Kobe discovers he has been tricked by them because the woman is a pirate too. Shiryu in invisible form appears and is about to stab Kobe, but Garp blocks the blade and gets stabbed stabbed in the chest instead, similar to what happened to Whitebeard and Scored in Marineford. Garp grabs Shiryu and throws him to the ground. Shiryu is injured, but he's laughing. Kobe says to Garp, sorry, but Garp says Shiryu's aim was to get him from the beginning. Again, Oda's preparing us for this fateful ending, this fatal ending of Garp. He's getting stabbed, he's having to solo the whole Blackbeard pirate crew, his ship left him, all sorts of stuff that's leading up to this, you know, really scary and depressing ending. I strongly believe we are going to see Garp die. And that's exactly why they mentioned this cookies that him and Sengoku didn't get to try together. Oda's preparing this death, and he's taking the stab wound from Kobe, which I find very admirable. You look back to Marineford War, Garp essentially let Ace die. Roger was his homie in a sense, even though he was a pirate, but he still had Ace die and he regretted it. He was crying, he wanted to kill Akainu. But now in this instance, it's not the same. He's going against pirates, he's not going against Akainu, and he's trying to, you know, protect and save Kobe, whereas he, you know, let Ace die. So this is going to be the instance where Garp ends up going out. And I do find it kind of cool that Kobe was tricked by someone that was a woman or a pirate. This is pretty reminiscent of what happened to Odin. Remember when Odin was fighting Kaido? He got confused and he thought that his son Momonosuke was, you know, Momonosuke, and it was actually Higurashi. Higurashi morphed into Momonosuke. Odin got distracted. Boom, Kaido got the hit on him. I think that's going to be another thing that Oda's kind of throwing in here. I find that to actually be pretty cool. Garp is weakened, so all Blackbeard pirates continue to attack him. According to Cross Guild, Garp's bounty is worth 3 crowns, which is 3 billion berries. It's the same amount that the Marine Admirals have. Now, again, this does make a lot of sense. Garp is the hero of the Marines. He has a lot of clout. He's super powerful. Everyone knows Garp. It makes a lot of sense for him to have that high of a bounty from Cross Guild. Now, in my opinion, I think his bounty should be a little bit higher. I would personally put his bounty higher than the other admirals, higher than Akainu and whatever. But, you know, maybe there's some kind of reason that I'm missing here. Maybe Oda has some kind of plan as far as this bounty goes. Maybe Garp does get killed. Maybe he does get captured by the Blackbeard pirates and they ship him out to Cross Guild. And imagine like Mihawk and them, they have him chained up and they, you know, they're doing stuff with him. That's going to put a lot of pressure on the Straw Hats' back. That's going to put a lot of pressure on the back of Luffy. He's already probably going to hear about Vivi sometime soon. He's going to hear about Kuma, you know, all the stuff that's going on in Egghead and Elbaf. There's a lot that's on Luffy's plate. Now, I think Oda's going to add to that. It's all going to be coupled with the fact that Garp is going to be captured or dead. A new flashback starts. We see that the first time Garp met Kuzan. Chapter doesn't say when it took place, but Garp looks very young, like long before Roger's execution. Young Kuzan asked Garp to be his disciple, but Garp told Kuzan to go and train with the Marine instructors instead. Maybe Garp talked about Zephyr? Kuzan refused and tried to imitate Garp by punching the battleships like him. As days gone by, Kuzan's punch became stronger and stronger until the sound of his punch was as loud as Garp's. Over time, Garp was getting closer to Kuzan. Garp even mentioned and complained about his family to Kuzan while they ate snacks together. My son became a revolutionary, damn it, and my grandson will become a pirate. Like I'd let him. Kuzan looked annoyed at Garp. What does that have to do with me? Now this is something that I'm really enjoying here. We're getting this flashback, you know, between Kuzan and Garp. Yes, because these guys are fighting each other. They're going head to head. They're butting heads. Aokiji is one of the 10th Titanic commanders working under Blackbeard, and Blackbeard is the man who has Kobe captured. You know, the follower, the disciple of Garp. So there's that obvious kind of painting there, right for you. But again, it's gonna go deeper because Aokiji is gonna play into the reason that Garp ends up dead or captured. This is gonna make a lot of sense when we see, you know, Aokiji landing a killing blow or Shiryu landing a killing blow, and Aokiji's just crying and he's filled with regret and he's filled with remorse and he doesn't feel completely sure about what he's doing. I think Oda's definitely building up to a conclusion like that, and fans and readers, y'all need to prepare yourselves. Back to the present. Kuzan covers his hand with a technique called Ice Glove. Then Garp and Kuzan punch each other's faces with haki, creating a huge explosion. We can see black lightning from the impact. Both of them are thrown away. Again, it seems like Aokiji is going to be some kind of guy that's going to have Conqueror's haki. I feel like him being, you know, one of the 3 strongest people in the Navy, it constitutes for something like that, especially if he's going toe to toe with Garp and they're like damn near equal. You could argue that maybe Kuzan has an advantage because he's a bit younger, but either way, I feel like Oda's gonna have Aokiji reveal Conqueror's haki, at least in a more obvious state, eventually. It's gonna happen soon, and I feel like the same kind of case is gonna happen with Akainu. Maybe even Oda does show us a little bit of that fight between Aokiji and Akainu, and we can see how both of them were using Conqueror's haki. It just seems like to me that's the path Oda's gonna take. Not only that, but Aokiji is working under Blackbeard. It just seems like, you know, Aokiji should just say F it and just have Conqueror's haki. But not only that, his connection to Robin and the Straw Hats threats, I feel like he's gonna actually help them in some regard later on down the line. Is that gonna be another reason why he has Conqueror's Haki? In my opinion, yeah, but that's just how I see things. Let me know in the comments, do you guys think Aokiji has Conqueror's Haki? Alvaro Pizarro brings 2 huge arms onto the island with his powers and is about to crush Garp's ship. At the end of the chapter, we see Garp lying on the ground bleeding. We can't see what happened to Kuzan. Garp talks with Kobe. Kobe, don't panic. Justice will prevail. End of the chapter. Next week, color spread in One Piece chapter 1088 to celebrate the One Piece 26th anniversary. Again, I can't say it enough. I feel like his conclusion here is going to be fatal. I feel like he's at the least, he's going to get captured, but more than likely, I feel like Garp is going to die. That's why he's on the ground right now, bleeding out, talking to Kobe, talking about, oh, justice will prevail. You're the future of the Marines. Like, I don't necessarily think this is the chapter 1087. He's dead. Like, I think he's going to get up, probably put on like full body Conqueror's coating or something. I don't know, some kind of like hockey power up, some kind of really cool depiction of Garp's formidable strength. But in conclusion, I do feel like he's going to die, and it's going to be a fatal conclusion for him. And, you know, on top of that, to be more specific, we see Alvaro Pizarro and all these guys breaking Garp's ships, destroying his ships. We see the sword ships leaving the island. Why? Because Oda's trapping Garp onto that island. Why? Because Garp will die. But that's about it for the long summary spoiler, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to be reacting to the actual chapter tomorrow on Evo Live. Make sure you go to that YouTube channel. We're going to be live reacting to the chapter as soon as it's out. I'm going to be talking to the chat. It's going to be really, really fun. But yeah, we're back with this channel. We're bouncing back. Our last channel, Evo Live, was hacked, 37,000 subs. The algorithm's all broken, so I had to make this one. But thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice morning to your night wherever you are. Peace.